So we're going to start with the first one. When doing SEO services for clients, do you show them the Drive stack? Also, would you give them the Google account or put together a report or something? Yeah, I mean, most of my clients don't care about any of that stuff. Some do, but most of them don't. And so I don't ever hide anything from my clients. Like as far as like I develop a location workbook. It's just a Google sheet for all my agency clients. For my white label clients, I do everything in Excel and OneDrive or SharePoint, depending on anyway, but Google Drive for all my agency clients. And so I just have a sheet and it's just name, address, phone number, all the entity assets, everything that we build out. It's all in one sheet or workbook. So if a client ever says that they want to see anything, I just send them the link. Here you go. There's freaking everything. Everything we've done since day one is in the workbook. And that's it. I don't ever hide anything. Full transparency, guys. Now, if you've got just a pain in the ass client that just wants to know the nitty gritty of everything because they're going to try to micromanage you and all that, which does happen, then I might guard some things because I don't want them telling me how to do my job. I've said this before, but it's like going to an auto mechanic and telling them how to install the alternator. You know what I mean? Like, and you get that occasionally. In that case, then I do try to hold things back a little bit because I don't want them telling me how to do my job. But generally, if I experience that much with somebody, I cut it off. Like, hey, I'm sorry, this isn't working out for me, which is part of the reason why I don't like to do contracts, because I don't want my clients to be committed or stuck to me if they don't want to be, and I don't want to be stuck to them if I don't want to be. So therefore, like I said, it's month to month. And that way, if they're a pain in the ass and causing too much problems, then we'll let them go. I try to do it in a diplomatic way, but that's it. I mean, in my opinion, the best thing is to be fully transparent, unless you have a client that is giving you, a hard time and wants to micromanage you. And then you got to sometimes just be stern with them and just, let them know like, hey, look, this is my job. This is what you're paying me to do. If you're the SEO expert, then you don't need me. Therefore, I'm out the door. See ya. You know what I mean? Like, again, you can be diplomatic about it, but just, you always have to, kind of stand your ground, because if they're paying you to do a job, let me do my job. You know what I mean? So, but do I set up do I give them a Google account? If it was developed for like a lot of my clients, guys, I will set up a Google Workspace account for the project. As soon as they become a client, I go up and set up a Workspace account. Does that make sense? And I do that way I can run everything through. Now, a Drive stack is generally not built underneath a Workspace account because it's weird the way the G site comes out when you do that, and I don't like it. Also, you can't transfer ownership from a Workspace account to a regular Gmail or vice versa. So for like Drive stacks and stuff, I still just have those done through a vendor that then provides me with the Google account. And then I take that and transfer, or at least give manager access to the Workspace account, for example. And that way, they have access to the Workspace account and they can manage if they wanted. No one ever does, but they could always log in and manage the G site and everything else they want. But again, I send them the worksheet or workbook, whatever. If they want, they have the login details. They can do whatever the hell they want. It's their money. You know what I mean? So I try to be fully transparent in everything that I do with all of my clients, unless they're giving me a hard time. And in which case I either let them go or I try to reserve some of that back, like hold it back so that I don't have to hear their shit, if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't have any problem sharing what I do with my clients. And in fact, that's kind of how you build kind of trust with them, because a lot of clients think SEO is like dark arts, black magic stuff. And so if you can be transparent with them, it sometimes makes them just feel better. You know what I mean? So anyway.